In her new book, Ann Coulter likens liberals to an angry mob trampling all over the countryside. That's funny. Last time I saw a mob of liberals, they were in Woodstock and they were passed out in the grass. The book is called Demonic: How the Liberal Mob is Endangering America. And Ann Coulter joins me now. So, the mob, huh?
The mob.
The demonic liberals. Well, you know, I'm Italian and I'm a liberal. Does that mean I belong to two mobs?
Well, that's why I didn't call the book Mob. It took me forever to come up with the title because Mob would really be a great title.
Yeah.
The other great title I really wanted for it, because I start with a scene from the Bible where Jesus drives the demons out of a possessed man, and Jesus says to the possessed man, "What is your name?" speaking to the demon, and the demon responds, "My name is Legion." So Legion would have been a great title, but I thought only Christians would understand it.
Legion.
And Mob would sound like I'm talking about the mob.
No, Legion sounds like you're talking about the American Legion.
Right.
I know.
Right, French Foreign Legion.
Yeah.
But
now,
the idea is that liberals are a mob. They have the psychological characteristics of the mob.
How?
Sometimes
Well,
launching out into actual literal mobs, and mobs are always bad things.
But, you know, I said to you when you were on The View the other day that the Tea Party is more of a mob than the liberals. Where are the liberals' mob? I don't see the mob. You know,
Well, right, look, just today you had, was it today or yesterday? The union protesters in Wisconsin are disrupting Special Olympics so that they can protest a Republican governor.
I say, so a mob to you is a group of protesters?
No. The first, like, third of the book is on the psychological mob, and that more has to do with how liberals argue, how they easily accept contradictions, how they create messiahs: Obama, Clinton, JFK, RFK.
What about the Republican Party seems to create saints? Ronald Reagan.
The closest one, which is the one I looked at, and this is more of our whitewashed memories now, would be Ronald Reagan. But A, it's based on his record, not before he's even done anything and just says hope and change and, oh, I'm having sex dreams about him.
I think that's so unfair. That's so unfair to Obama, because Obama came in with a big problem from the Bush years, and you have to admit it. Admit it.
No, but what I'm saying
Ann, come on, admit it. Just admit that one thing, and I'll let you talk the rest of the time.
No, because you're going to trick me into talking about the economy again. And once again, we'll drive away the viewers.
I don't want to talk about the economy.
No, but that's not what I'm talking about, whether he inherited a problem. What I'm saying is he hadn't done anything yet. The love for Reagan, to the extent you'd call it love, is based on an 8-year record, not on a presidential campaign, point one. But point two, as I describe in the book, I went through Lexus throughout the 8 years of the Reagan administration. Reagan wasn't even the most popular conservative his first year in office. His favorite newspaper, my newspaper, Human Events, was attacking him so much that the Washington Post reported that Reagan met the editors and said, well, I'm still reading you guys, but I'm liking it a lot less.
It's a question
would drink Obama's bathwater.
That's so ridiculous.
There have been articles about how women are had sex dreams about Bill Clinton. They are having, in the New York Times, Judith Warner, having sex dreams about Obama, and don't act surprised by that.
So what's wrong with that?
I promise you I am not having sex dreams about Dwight Eisenhower.
Yeah, but I had them about President Taft. You know how fat he was, President Taft? They had to make a special bathtub for him. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
We don't want any fat guys in the White House.
No. It's part of what makes me think that a Chris Christie 2012 presidency could,
I know you love him, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I asked you on The View.
You can use the Taft bathtub.
I asked you on The View if you were a chubby chaser, because you love Christie so much. But you know, New Jersey's starting to turn on him. He cut the education budget so severely. And what is he going to have, Snooki as the Secretary of State when he's president? Come on. No one will be able to read anymore in New Jersey.
He is not going to have Snooki as the Secretary of State. That is a mob technique of making up some story that has nothing to do with the facts.
Oh, wait a second. As if you don't. Give me a Give me a break here now.
I really got
You make up so many things in this book. You make up so many...
Like what?
Look, I'm plugging it while I'm yelling at you.
Thank you. Good work.
See, that's the kind of girl I am. I'm so nice.
Thank you.
I mean, look at the things I found out. Okay, Tea Party violence.
Right.
A brick was thrown through the window of the district office of Democratic Representative Louise Slaughter in Niagara Falls.
I remember that. They don't know who did it.
Who did it? Not the Democrats, not a liberal. Right. She's a Democrat.
Okay, but in the cases I give of liberals, for example, biting off a finger of a Tea Partier, There are eyewitnesses. They know who we're looking for. When the Kenneth Gladney was beaten up at the Tea Party in St. Louis, there were 6 arrests. They were all SEIU guys. Just because a Democrat has a brick thrown through a window, there are a lot of bricks thrown through Republican congressional windows.
This is one of my favorites,
We need a suspect or an actual arrest.
Okay, whatever. This is good. Representative James Clyburn said he received a fax with an image of a noose. I thought it said moose. I thought Sarah Palin must have sent it, but it says noose. That wasn't nice. Somebody cut the gas line.
Yeah, but you don't know who did it.
Oh, it's all around the same time that they were protesting Obamacare.
Oddly enough, they've never actually traced such an attack back to
if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck.
No. And in fact, I would say after all of the many false accusations of racism, from Tawana Brawley up to Duke LaCrosse to the claim that conservatives were yelling the N-word 15 times at Democrats, all of them turning out to be false, I don't believe the noose was sent by a conservative. I think you start with the presumption these days that a racist act is a hoax, and then, you know, if you produce proof, I'll change my mind.
The thing that you do, Ann, is that you find what will support your argument, and then you write a book about it.
Well, of course I find what supports my argument. But you don't have 2 points of view on the situation. No, you do not. No, I disagree. Look, I told you, I considered your point, which I think is the best point that can be made of whom conservatives would at all come close to worshiping like a messiah the way liberals worship Clinton, Obama, Hillary, John Lindsay. I looked at it. I went through it. Look, it takes me a week to go through 8 years of Nexus to see how Reagan was being written about, and it's simply not true. He was not treated as some sort of idol. It was always conservatives angry at him.
Okay, so it's after the fact he's being canonized now.
Not that much.
Oh, come on. You cannot turn on a conservative personnel on television without them quoting Ronald Reagan did this, and did this.
Look,
even his son doesn't canonize him the way Fox TV does.
Look, some conservatives may have some mob attributes in a small way, but I don't.
Oh boy, what a concession!
The main point, no. But we, like I say, we admire him for his record. It's not that we want to have sex with him or drink his bathwater. And the other point is, often Reagan is brought up because you're contrasting him with the candidates we're dealing with now.
This other thing you said about...
to say this isn't Reagan-esque.
This other thing that you said about Obama, the women want to sleep with him, and President Clinton. Who would you rather? President Clinton or Mitch McConnell? Tell the truth.
I actually think that I've never understood the thing with Bill Clinton. I think he is a butterball.
You'd actually rather sleep with Mitch McConnell?
No, that isn't my choice. The two that I think are about the same are Newt Gingrich and Bill Clinton. I find them equally unsexual.
Oh, no.
I find each of them saltpeter.
Newt Gingrich looks like Chucky.
Yeah, as does chubby Bill Clinton, whose greatest moment on the football field involved a saxophone. He was locked in his gym locker throughout high school. Those are always the politicians who cheat, by the way.
No, but Clinton has a certain way about him that's kind of sexy. I could say it.
Oh, and you tell me you don't create messiahs.
No, he's not a messiah. He's just a sex object.
Okay, no, I promise you, no conservative would say that even about Reagan. And he was a movie star.
Well, he wasn't that sexy, though. He had no sex appeal.
Oh, my point is being proved.
No, but I thought George Bush Jr. had some sex appeal. How do you like that? Stopped in her tracks.
I promise you conservatives were not having sex dreams about him.
Well, maybe I do. You say that liberals belittle their opponents. But then you give things... Yes, that's what you say.
No, I don't. Because I belittle my opponents.
You do.
I promise you I'll cop to that.
Okay,
I ridicule them. No, what I say, and it's not me, I'm quoting Gustave Le Bon, the father of groupthink, describing...
Who?
Gustave Le Bon.
Did you date him?
He wrote this in 1896, and I'm old, but I'm not that old. No, when he goes through, that's the first, third of the book, using his description of groupthink characteristics, the mob psychology, and comparing it to today's liberals. No, what he says is a mob will very quickly go from infatuation to hatred. They turn their leaders into messiahs, and they turn those they disagree with into enemies. That's not, you don't belittle an enemy. You create hatred for an enemy.
I guess I see a mobster like Sharon Engel. To me, was a mobster. She's provocative. She will cause a mob to create.
Sharon Engel, like so many things that get talked about in the mainstream media, I'm trying to think how to put this. Sharon Engel.
You know what she did? Let me tell you what she did to me.
I think this point will be interesting to you. Sharon Engel, Sarah Palin, and the birthers are talked about more on the liberal networks than on the conservative
Well,
networks.
because they don't want to go there on the conservative net, because they know they're talking about some mental midgets over there.
Whereas you all diss the great Chris Christie. Ignore him. Talk about
great
that
Chris
one
Christie.
little helicopter thing.
Oh, you mean, where is he now, at a buffet? Okay, her book is called Demonic, How the That was wrong of
I
me.
hope
I take
so.
it back. The liberal mob is endangering America. How about Ann Coulter is endangering America? We'll be right back.